Hi, my name's Traci Dewert. This is for the final project for SPED 800, Module 8. My topic is naturalistic intervention. So what is naturalist intervention? It is a collection of processes, including environmental arrangements, interaction techniques, and strategies based on applied behavior analysis, behavior principles. These practices are designed to encourage specific target behaviors based on each individual's interests by complex skills which are naturally reinforcing. And it occurs within typical settings, activities, and/or routines in which the individual participates. Out of naturalistic interventions, I broke it down a little bit farther, and I chose incidental teaching. Incidental teaching is one naturalistic method that creates opportunities for children to learn new language skills on the move. So they can be at the grocery store, they can be at home during playtime, in daycare, in a classroom environment. And in their classroom environment, it can be an environment where there are kids on the spectrum or where they're with kids that are not on the spectrum. The individual is learning in a more relaxed setting, so it is on their terms. One thing to remember, that it is on their terms, and in incidental teaching, it does require that the student must initiate. So in order to make incidental teaching work, the student has to initiate. So therefore, it definitely is on the student's terms whether or not the process can work. Pre-academic skills such as colors, size, and shape can be taught to children with ASD in typical settings within daily routines. So when you're at home, when you're at the grocery store, when you're at church, when you're in the car, it's all different areas, settings that you can teach these children. Incidental teaching is really just a way to use your child's interest to encourage him or her to say or do something. I believe that I use incidental teaching a lot with my twins. They're 4, but even before, like at 2, when you were, teaching them and you're in the grocery store and say they wanted cheese and they pointed to it and you would say cheese, and then we would get the cheese. So I think that, incidental teaching, parents use it all the time. Some things that you need to remember. 1, you need to take turns interacting with the individual when he or she is interested in anything. And then the other thing is to keep it fun. Learning is so much better when it's fun. Nobody wants to do anything that's not fun. So, kids tend to want to do more when you make it fun. So, make it fun for them. Some data collection techniques that can be used. Some examples are wrapping paper around your arm where it's on your wrist and you just go and you just make tally marks with a pen or a marker. That way, anyone who's keeping track of the data, they have ways of walking around. So if you're in the classroom, the other teachers in the classroom, the other pairs in the classroom can walk around and not have to carry the clipboards. They can just mark it on their arms. Also using rubber bands. So like if you have rubber bands in your pocket, put a rubber band on one wrist, it means one, the other one. Placing data collection sheets around the teaching space so that whoever is involved with the incidental teaching can definitely track it. So if you're in the classroom, placing it anywhere that the student is going to go. If you're at home, making sure that you've got the sheets in the bathroom, you have the sheets in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the living room, just making sure anywhere that student is going to go that could be incidental teaching that you could use, you need to have a data sheet there. You can also gather data from multiple students using the address labels, like the stickers. Just write their name on it, and then keep data on it, and then peel it off and put it on their data sheet later, like at the end of the day. It's just another way. That way you're not having to walk around holding those clipboards and have to shuffle through, oh, well, this is Johnny's sheet. Oh, now I need to get Amy's sheet. You've got it all right there, and you can just take the sticker off and put it on the paper. You can also use the Excel program to make more elaborate data collection spreadsheets, or you can put all the data that you've collected from paper into your Excel sheet so that you can use it later down the road for your IEP meetings, to help you to show that data, because then you can track it, you can graph it and everything. I always say use whatever's the easiest. So definitely, if the easiest is the writing on the arm, then do what's easiest. Some research that I found. So the overview of the research, naturalistic intervention met evidence-based criteria with 10 single case design studies. All the studies found that naturalistic interventions was an effective teaching method, and I found all the information from the book Evidence-Based Practices for Children, Youth, and Young Adults with Autism Spectrum Disorder. In these evidence-based studies, it showed the interventions were effective for toddlers, which 0 to 2, to elementary school age learners, and they said 6 to 11, all in the autism spectrum. I have students in my class ranging from 14 to 21. Some of them do function 3rd grade level, but I believe that using it correctly, incidental teaching can also work for the 14 to 21-year-old teaching in the classroom. My like I said, my twins are 4. I have 2 that are gonna be 21 this year, so it's just a broad range that this technique can be used, and it has definitely been found to be an effective method of teaching. Okay, so this is one of the demonstrations that I found on YouTube. This is what I found, and then I was like, oh, well, what can I use with my students in class? So the steps in incidental teaching is you watch and listen first, then you engage with your student, then you wait to get a response from your student, you support your student, and then you confirm. So, hoping that you can see the video.
Okay, wash hands. Okay, I will turn on the sink for you so you can wash your hands.
So the little boy is learning how to say wash hands. And so it went through, she watched and she listened, she engaged telling him wash, say wash hands. She waited, and then she gave him support, and then she gave him confirm. Yes, I'll turn on the water so you can wash your hands. Having technical difficulties here. It's not moving. Okay, I'll do this. 1 second. Okay, this is my video clip of incidental teaching. And before I play the steps that we did, I watched and I listened. I was watching and listening for the student to say refrigerator. I engaged when I engaged. The student doesn't say refrigerator, they just look around, like where's the refrigerator? And I said, where does the milk go? Then I waited to see what the student's response would be. So I waited to see and hear if the student pointed to the refrigerator or if they verbally said refrigerator. I supported the student by I asked the student to say refrigerator because she points to the refrigerator. I ask her, say refrigerator, and then when she says refrigerator, I open the door. So my confirming is, I confirm with the student when she's putting the milk into the refrigerator that, yes, the milk goes in the refrigerator, and I give her verbal and gestural praise. I like giving both, just because I think that's just me. I just like giving both verbal and gestural. So, hoping the video works. Oh, I just paused it. Go back a second. Let me do that one more time and turn it up a little bit so that you can hear a little bit better. Again, so you can hear the steps a little bit better. Maybe. Okay. Good grief. There we go. Whoop. So now I'm going to watch and listen for the student to say refrigerator.
Where did the milk go?
I just engaged.
Say refrigerator.
I waited. I gave the student support.
Milk goes in the refrigerator. There you go.
And then I confirmed with the student that yes, the milk does go in the refrigerator, and I gave verbal and gestural praise. The resources that I got my information from, that you can click on if you need any more information on instructional designs. Again, this is Traci Dewert. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed the class.